Have you ever imagined how your health and energy levels would improve if you maintained a balanced diet and exercised regularly? Maybe it's hitting the gym, going for a run in the park, or any other activity that makes sense for you. But when we think about starting, it often feels like an enormous effort, almost impossible to fit into our routine. After all, who hasn't tried to change their lifestyle and felt overwhelmed within the first few days? Now, imagine if that effort gradually decreased until these actions became a natural part of your daily life. Almost like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Sounds easier, right? That's because our brain loves habits, actions we repeat until they no longer feel like difficult tasks, but become automatic. And believe it or not, this is precisely what allows a healthy, consistent routine to last in the long term. Of course, let's be clear from the start. There are no shortcuts or magic formulas. Building habits requires dedication in the beginning, but over time, the activities that once seemed impossible start to feel much simpler. And that's exactly what we'll discuss in this video. How to take the first steps toward creating healthy and sustainable habits without feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world. When we try to change multiple habits at once, it's common to feel overwhelmed and give up before seeing results. That's why the best approach is to start with just one habit. Plan and focus on this change, and once you've established it, you'll be much better prepared to implement other habits in the future. It's a learning process that strengthens your discipline and resilience. A great habit to start with is taking cold showers. It might seem simple, but it's incredibly effective. Just turn off the water heater, step under the cold water, and control your breathing. It's not about causing discomfort, but about training your mind and body to handle challenges consciously. Cold showers activate your nervous system, boost your energy, and teach you to stay in control during tough situations. The main idea behind cold showers is to push you out of your comfort zone. The cold water makes your breathing quicken, forcing you to focus and regain control. This discomfort, no matter how small, creates a powerful mental training. It's a small daily challenge that strengthens your ability to handle difficult situations. And the impact goes far beyond the shower. This seemingly simple practice prepares you for everyday challenges, like presenting an idea in a meeting, talking to someone who intimidates you, or dealing with pressure in critical moments. When you learn to stay calm during discomfort, that skill carries over into all areas of your life. Taking cold showers is much more than physical resilience. It's daily mental strength training, and it all starts with a simple act of courage, turning on the shower, facing the cold, and proving to yourself that you can do it. Another simple yet incredibly powerful habit is getting sunlight first thing in the morning. Recently, I watched a video by Dr. Rilber explaining the neuroscience behind this practice. About 10 minutes of sunlight exposure right after waking up can bring amazing benefits to your body and mind. I decided to give it a try, and the impact was surprising. The first thing I noticed was a significant improvement in my mood. My day felt lighter, more fluid. Plus, my ability to focus also improved. Those 10 minutes of sunlight helped me start the day with more positive energy, avoiding that heavy, pressured feeling we often wake up with. But that's not all. What I found most interesting was how this small ritual also helped reduce my self-imposed pressure early in the day. Instead of waking up with a sense of urgency and anxiety to make the day happen, these moments in the sun served as a mental reset. During that time, I either meditated or simply stayed present, which calmed my mind and helped me handle the day's demands better. This initial pause, in addition to relieving anxiety, directly impacted my productivity. Starting the day calmer makes the rest of the day's activities flow more smoothly without constant pressure. So if you haven't tried it yet, here's my recommendation. Give those 10 minutes of morning sunlight a chance and see how they can transform your day. Drinking water is such a basic but essential habit that we often underestimate its impact on our body and mind. When we're dehydrated, our physical capacity decreases, focus disappears, and the midday fatigue we feel can be directly related to a lack of hydration. It's like our body is operating in economy mode because it's missing its essential fuel, water. Now, I understand that for those who aren't in the habit, it can be hard to start. I spent years neglecting this and simply forgetting to drink water. What worked for me was investing in a water bottle that I made my own, something I'd take everywhere. Forget those disposable 500 milliliter bottles that are easy to overlook. Choose a bottle that's practical, and that you like because you're more likely to carry it around and actually use it. Here's a trick I learned from something very common. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to eat something that's within reach, like a chocolate bar on your desk? You don't even realize it, and suddenly it's gone. Water works the same way. Keep your bottle nearby, preferably open, and every time you see it, take a sip or two. It might seem like a little, but before you know it, you'll have finished the entire bottle and be refilling it again. This simple change in your environment makes the habit of drinking water much easier. And the benefits? Countless. You'll feel more energized, mentally clear, and even notice an improvement in your mood. It's like giving your body the chance to operate at its best potential. So, staying hydrated is more than just a tip. It's a necessity that makes all the difference in your routine. Conscious leisure is something I've learned to value much more over time. In the past, my idea of leisure was what you might call zombie leisure. Those moments when you just want to exist, expending as little energy as possible. This usually involved lying on the couch, binge-watching Netflix, eating ready-made meals, and doing nothing else. It seems relaxing at first glance, but over time, I realized that this type of leisure didn't truly recharge my energy. Conscious leisure, on the other hand, is an active choice. It's a moment you dedicate to something that genuinely excites you, challenges you, and brings a real sense of enjoyment. It could be something as simple as planning a hike, organizing a special dinner with friends, or even trying out a new sport. This type of leisure does require a bit more effort, but its impact on your well-being and productivity is enormous. For years, I neglected this kind of leisure. I used to think that just doing nothing was enough to recover from an intense week of work, but it wasn't. The result? Constant emotional exhaustion, stagnant creativity, and a lack of motivation at work. It was only when I began trying more intentional leisure activities that I realized how much of a difference it made. During the pandemic, for example, Anna and I spent a lot of time at home, and it affected us more than we realized. We were stuck in the zombie leisure routine, which led to massive mental strain. It wasn't until we committed to doing at least one different activity per week that things started to change. Whether it was dinner with friends, a walk in the park, or learning something new together. These small moments of conscious leisure helped us balance our minds and improve our relationship with work and life. So, the tip is simple. Actively choose leisure activities that genuinely bring you joy and excitement. These moments will truly recharge you and leave you better prepared to face the challenges of everyday life. Recently, while reading the book, The Power of Habit, I came across the concept of a Keystone Habit. It inspired me to create a strategy based on this concept to tackle two of my main challenges when getting back into a routine: ego depletion and the high expectations I placed on myself. The Keystone Habit is the one that sets the tone for your day, determining whether you'll enter a virtuous cycle or fall into a spiral of procrastination. For me, making my bed as soon as I wake up became my Keystone Habit. This simple act triggers a chain of positive habits like taking a cold shower, doing a quick meditation, and preparing a healthy breakfast. It all starts with a single action. The strategy is simple. Identify your Keystone Habit and treat it as a commitment. Write this habit down in your calendar for 7 consecutive days. Each day you accomplish it, mark it off. This practice not only gives you a sense of progress, but also prevents burnout because you're focusing on something simple and achievable. On days when you feel energetic and motivated, you can add other habits to your routine. However, on tougher days, focus only on your Keystone Habit. For me, it only took 7 days for my routine to start falling back into place, without feeling overwhelmed. Now it's your turn. Choose a Keystone Habit that can transform your day, commit to it for 7 days, and see the results. Then, come back and tell me about your experience and the benefits you noticed. And if you'd like, share in the comments which habit you chose and how it's helping you. The strategy is simple. Identify your Keystone Habit and treat it as a commitment. Write this habit in your schedule for 7 consecutive days. Each day you complete the habit. Check it off in your schedule. This practice not only creates a sense of progress, but also prevents burnout because you're focusing on something simple and achievable. On days when you feel energized and motivated, you can add other habits to your routine. However, on tougher days, focus solely on your Keystone Habit. For me, just 7 days were enough to help my routine get back on track without feeling overwhelmed. Now, it's your turn. Choose a Keystone Habit that can transform your day, commit to it for 7 days, and see the results. Then come back and share your experience and the benefits you noticed. If you'd like, share in the comments which habit you chose and how it's helping you. Recently, while reading the book, The Power of Habit, I came across the concept of a Keystone Habit. It inspired me to create a strategy based on this concept to tackle two of my main challenges in getting back into a routine: ego depletion and the high expectations I placed on myself. A Keystone Habit is one that sets the tone for your day, determining whether you'll fall into a virtuous cycle or a cycle of procrastination. In my case, making my bed right after waking up became my Keystone Habit. This simple act triggers a series of positive habits like taking a cold shower, doing a quick meditation, and preparing a healthy breakfast. It all starts with a single action. The strategy is simple. Identify your Keystone Habit and treat it as a commitment. Write this habit in your schedule for 7 consecutive days. Each day you complete the habit, check it off in your schedule. This practice not only creates a sense of progress, but also prevents burnout because you're focusing on something simple and achievable. On days when you feel energized and motivated, you can add other habits to your routine. However, on tougher days, focus solely on your Keystone Habit. For me, just 7 days were enough to help my routine get back on track without feeling overwhelmed. Now, it's your turn. Choose a Keystone Habit that can transform your day, commit to it for 7 days, and see the results. Then come back and share your experience and the benefits you noticed. If you'd like, share in the comments which habit you chose and how it's helping you.